Welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Sideline Sedo here, ready to bring you Manchester United versus Chelsea Premier League match week 5. 5 weeks in already. And honestly, this is kind of like a, back against the wall kind of fixture for Man United. We'll see how they perform. They haven't looked good at all this season. So it could go either way for them. They are at home, so we'll see how it plays out. But hello, Ted Shine on YouTube. Hope you're doing well, mate. How's it going? Just finalizing some stuff on my end here, and I'll read out the lineups in just a moment. But yeah, I think Chelsea's gonna win. Honestly, I could see like a 2-1 Chelsea win being written in the stars for this one. United just look shoddy. They don't look good. They don't look put together. They lack chemistry. There's a million things you could say. And as a rival fan, I'm not gonna, I'm here to hate watch for sure. High scoring draw is always what I'm here for as a rival fan. But ultimately, I don't know if United has that in them. I don't foresee them getting more than like a goal, maybe two if they're given like a penalty or something, but more likely that they don't score or don't create that many chances is what I'd say. But that's just the way that the cookie crumbles. Sometimes you find yourself in these purple patches where your team's scoring a ton, and sometimes it's quite the opposite. For Man United, it's been quite the opposite for quite a while now. But just finalize some stuff here with the YouTube chat. Get the final result prediction poll live and up. Pin that. Final result prediction poll is live. Your options are Man United win, Chelsea win, and a draw. Go and sound off on YouTube if you so please for that. Going to be kicking off here in just a moment. I'll read out the lineups here with 2 minutes until kickoff. Manchester United in a 3-4-2-1. Bayender, De Ligt, Maguire, Shaw, Mazraoui, Casemiro, Fernandes, Dorgu, Mbeumo, Ahmad, and Sheshko. And for Chelsea, it's Robert, Sanchez, Reece James, Chalobah, Fofana, Cucurella, Caicedo, Estevao, Palmer, Fernandez, Neto, and Joao Pedro in a 4-5-1, I guess. Yeah, 4-1-4-1. Yeah, honestly, Estevao, I think he's going to have quite an easy time down that right flank versus what's his name, Luke Shaw at left back. I don't see that going well whatsoever. For me, I'm gonna predict a 2-1 Chelsea win. Goals from Palmer and Joao Pedro. United will see, let's say, Bruno Fernandes score. I just think that's the most likely outcome, honestly, if I were to have to predict it right now. So that's my prediction. You could sound off with your predictions in the YouTube poll or just in any of the chats, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you please. But yeah, today, fixtures besides this that were noteworthy. 2-1 win for Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, a 2-2 draw between Brighton and Tottenham, 1-1 between Burnley and Forest. Palace win 2-1 away from home versus West Ham, and Wolves winning 3-1 away from home at the Molineux versus Wolves. Graham Potter may be out on the sack, maybe going to have to get replaced. I think it's necessary for them. I mean, if you look at the table, West Ham are sitting on a measly 3 points after 5 games. Only Villa and Wolves are worse. Villa have 2 points after 4, and they have a game to play later today, I think. And no, tomorrow. Who they face tomorrow, Villa? But Wolves on 0 points, which is just laughable. But Villa's versus Sunderland away from home, so you never know. That game could very easily go against Villa. See them have 2 points after 5. I mean, questions would have to be asked about Unai Emery at that point. I mean, they've conceded 4 goals in 4 games and haven't even scored a single one. That's pretty bleak. But kickoff for the Manchester United Chelsea game about to be taken in just a moment. We have rain absolutely pouring down in Manchester, and we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. Binder gets the ball as United have kicked off and gets hooved up, and United are immediately trying to make an impact here. Okay, there, that's... Yep, I think we are all set with the timers. Perfect. Everything is all set. Everything's all straightened away. And we are underway. United get the ball back to Harry Maguire, who plays it to, I believe that's Mazraoui. Delit on the overlap here, receiving the ball. Plays it back to Mazraoui. Mazraoui loses control a bit. He tries to chip it forward, and that's out for a throw-in. United win the first 50 seconds, already kind of playing under pressure. Not playing all that great. It is absolutely pouring rain, might I add. So this game could take a million different turns to Sunday. But Cucurella here with the throw-in for Manchester United. Caicedo does well. He tries to play the pass, deflects, and falls back to the feet of Cucurella. Chelsea just trying to pass this around their back line, and it's intercepted here. Still Chelsea, some really nervous kind of clearances here from the Blues. Near Estevao on the left flank versus Mazraoui. It's out for a throw-in. I think it went the way of Man United. But yeah, that's it's kind of how this game is sized up right now. It means a lot for United. It also means a lot for Chelsea, don't get me wrong. But for Man United, I mean, points dropped here, say even if it's at a draw, sees them at 14th. If they lose this, they'll be closer to genuinely maybe even 17th place, just a point away from West Ham. No, they would be in 17th. They'd straight up be in 17th because of goal difference. That's shocking. But here, Dorgu looking to change the fortunes for Man United, and Bryan Mbeumo! What a save by Robert Sanchez. He did that rather quickly. He wasn't perfect, but punched it away. And here, Amad Diallo, and what a tackle last second by Reece James. Gets back up to his feet. And Chelsea looking like the more vulnerable side at the moment. Honestly, who would have guessed it? Because I wouldn't have. It's a throw-in for United near the halfway line. Let's see a replay of this. Yeah, Mbeumo's header. I mean, it wasn't a great header or anything. It wasn't anything to cry home about. That was Dorgu with the strike that was blocked, rather, by Reece James. And here, Cucurella on the ball finds Chalobah. Chalobah back to Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez moves it clear all the way up towards the right flank, and it's out for a throw for United once again. One of 3 remaining clubs unbeaten in the Premier League this season, Chelsea, alongside Crystal Palace and Liverpool. I mean, look, Chelsea is a really talented side. And Mbeumo! Oh my God, that's got to be a red! That's got to be a red! Will he be sent off, Robert Sanchez? That was 100% a foul. Was it a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity? We'll see. It's a red card, straight red. Robert Sanchez, you absolute clown. I'm mad because he's in my FPL. honestly, that sucks. I was hoping for a clean sheet, but he gets a red card, and he deserves it. He totally 100% deserves to be sent off there because, yeah, there's nothing else to be said. That's as clear cut of a red card as you'll get in any fixture, really. And Buemo, I believe he's onside. Yep, totally onside. He just flicks it past Robert Sanchez, and yeah, Sanchez is just asking to be sent off with something like that. That's the fact of the matter. And I think it was outside the box, but oh my God, yeah, just like boot to his knee. That's crazy. Maresca knew immediately. Like, he knew. Like, that's so stupid from Robert Sanchez. And now a sub will have to be made almost certainly in place of Robert Sanchez to play in that. Who that player will be, it's Estevao being subbed off for, I don't know who this goalie is for Chelsea. We'll look on the bench to see if we could make out this guy's name. It's Jorgensen, Philip Jorgensen for Chelsea on for Estevao. And if you're a Chelsea fan, you've got to be fuming. Not even just because you have, 10 men now for the rest of the game away from home at Old Trafford, but I'm gonna keep it real. 3 games without Robert Sanchez could be horrible. It could be genuinely awful. And he's not that great of a goalie, but I don't know how good Jorgensen is. I know Chelsea fans who really rate Jorgensen, but is he up to scruff for the Premier League? Is he going to be able to come in and perform? And there's a second sub being made 6 minutes into the game as well. Pedro Neto off. More defensive approach here from Enzo Maresca. But that's 2 subs in 6 minutes. He has 3 for the rest of the game, and I believe 1 more sub window. Or was this the same sub window? I'm not sure. But either way, Tosin on for Neto. Total shakeup for Chelsea in terms of their tactics, their plan, their structure, and their squad heading into this game, because that red card just that's got to hurt. It's really got to hurt. United have a lot to not to show for, but they have a lot to prove with this game. I know that's maybe a little exaggeratory, potentially hyperbolic, considering the fact that United, obviously historic club, but at this point, 5 minutes into the game, Chelsea have a man sent off. This is the best chance for them to bounce back, and if they don't today, huge questions will have to be asked. But this could be the moment where they take the lead about 7.5 minutes into the game. We have Casemiro, Brian Mbeumo, and Bruno Fernandes standing over the free kick just outside the box. It's a lovely position, just a little off to the right from the center of the goal. Right on the semicircle outside the box. And Bruno hits it, and Brian Mbeumo tries to lace it, but nothing there over the bar, and a Chelsea goal kick awaits. Yeah, I mean, that just hit into the wall from Bruno, and then Brian Mbeumo tried his best. They tried to contest the corner there as well, Man United, but only a throw-in. Actually, it is a corner. It looked like a throw-in from where Mbeumo picked up the ball, but we ultimately have a corner here for Man United. 8.5 minutes into the game. Maguire, Casemiro, Šeško, the targets. Potentially even De Ligt. And Brian Mbeumo here swings in the cross. It's headed. And it just loops over everybody. And Cucurella clears him. Mbeumo back again. And Philip Jorgensen with a punch. Out for another corner for Man United. This is good from United to immediately start trying to test, the backup goalie for Chelsea, the bench goalie. And I imagine Chelsea's really going to be looking to counter a lot more this game. They're going to be looking to play a lot more pragmatic than they probably set out to, because this is a United backline that can be, you can get at them. They could be got realistically. But here, I believe this is Bruno with the corner for Manchester United. Cross comes in. It's headed away outside the box. Shot deflected, and Chelsea immediately clear it. Yeah, every Chelsea player in their own half, 10 minutes into the game. I mean, it's necessary considering the context, right? Like, you wouldn't expect this, and you wouldn't just do this if it wasn't for the fact that, you're down a man, your goalie, you got your backup goalie, and you have a whole different system and approach to the game today. But here, Dorgu with the cross, headed away by Tosin. Let me see. There we go. That's better. Dorgu throws it in. Harry Maguire to Matthias de Ligt. De Ligt plays it to Mazraoui. Mazraoui driving forward a little bit. Plays the pass to Brian Mbeumo, who's provided some width. Goes to de Ligt. Maguire to Shaw. Luke Shaw plays it to Dorgu. Dorgu to Fernandes. Casemiro, de Ligt, Matthias de Ligt. Half shot, half cross. I don't know what to call that really, but it's off target and out for a goal kick. And yeah, I mean, we've had a manager sacked this season already, with Nuno Espirito Santo being relieved of his duties at Forest, and obviously Ange coming in. As far as the next guys on the block, I imagine, or the chopping block, I imagine you have the likes of Amorim, the likes of what's his face? Graham Potter, of course. How could I forget Graham Potter? And honestly, maybe even the head coach of Wolves. That's Vitor Pereira, who, funnily enough, signed an extension recently with Wolves. But here, Mbeumo's cross is blocked. Throwing in their attacking third for United. 5 wins, 7 draws, 0 losses in previous 12 Premier League home meetings versus Chelsea. Last Premier League home loss for Chelsea was all the way back May 5th, 2013, a 1-0 win for Chelsea then. Ultimately, I don't think my prediction's faring well. Historically, it doesn't in the last decade plus for this fixture whenever Chelsea come to visit in Manchester. But I'm still hopeful. The hate watch continues. 78% possession, 22 for Chelsea that's bleak. 5 shots for United, 0 for Chelsea. They're really gonna have to park the bus and just hope that there's some kind of connectivity between that midfield, that forward line, the attacking mids and wingers for Chelsea. They have to just be a defensive unit the whole game and just hope that a certain outlet reaches. I mean, you would have imagined Neto or Estevao, the guys who got subbed off, they would be the most immediate outlets on the counter. Now, I mean, sheesh, I don't know. I don't know how their counter and how their attack as a whole kind of manifests itself. But, I mean, yeah, because looking now, you have Sanchez off, Jorgensen in. I mean, it's really probably a 5-2-2 for Chelsea, with Tosin playing in that back 5. I think Caicedo, Fernandes, midfield 2, and Palmer and Pedro just playing off of each other. Cross in by Mazraoui. Header. Oh, and Man United, have they scored? Is Bruno offside? It seems like they have scored. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a goal for Man United. Bruno Fernandes with the goal. 1-0 after about 14 minutes or so. And Chelsea fans have just got to be absolutely livid. I know I would be, because this was supposed to be easy points on the board. Easy, an easy 3, an easy dub. Bruno, though, this goal very well might be chalked up for offside. It depends on where his shoulder is going to be drawn from for VAR, because only his hand is in offside position, it seems. I think it's going to stand, though. I think they're just going to have it stand. At first, I thought he was a little off, and that replay, I mean, at a quick glance, you could very likely kind of be like, oh, he's probably offside still. But, I mean, you look at the legs, you look at how close it is. It looks like from his shoulder onward, he might be onside, but I think they're taking a closer look as it stands. The ref hasn't really blown his whistle and sent them back to the center circle. He's listening to VAR. Bruno comes over and he's telling him just to calm down for a second while he looks through it, and Bruno still standing there. The ref's saying that's like very close. Palmer coming over to talk to the ref. Still no decision. Rain pouring. Ref giving this kind of look to Reece James. And it stands. Goal is the final decision from VAR. Goal stands. Man United take a 1-0 lead versus Chelsea at home. Are they going to show us some lines? Nope. They just show us the replay. Dorgu, I believe, gets that assist. Yep. Really well timed from Bruno just to skip it past Jorgensen. And a Chelsea player is down. Yellow card is being dished out to, I believe, Casemiro there for the foul on Enzo Fernandez. Let's see the replay here. Yeah, just a little bit late on that challenge from Casemiro. I don't know if it was very intentional, but here, Manchester United going to defend this free kick. It's taken short, naturally, and a long ball from, I believe that was Tosin, to the right wing. It's headed away by Dorgu. That's Bruno. Today's actually Bruno's 200th career appearance in the Premier League for Manchester United. How time flies. And here, wow, United, absolutely tantalizing football here. Oh, and still United. And Buemo, oh, just a little bit too much mustard on that one. Curves over the top bins. But United were really, there was a few deflections there still, but the ball ended up still making its way towards Mbeumo. A bit hectic if you're a United fan in terms of the build-up there. But there was some moments with the back heel and that play down the left wing that was looking really exciting. So good for them in terms of, oh, here's the official. Yep, it's only it's from like his half of his bicep onwards offside. His boot was on. And another sub for Chelsea. Is this Andre Santos, I think, set to come on? 3 subs in 19 minutes is pretty wild. I mean, it makes sense considering that, I almost guarantee you Maresca didn't account for the fact that Sanchez would be sent off. Welcome back, Ted Shine. How you doing, mate? Uh, you missed the goal, but I could talk you through it or the rest of the game. But foul there. De Ligt holding his head after a collision, but with João Pedro, it seems. But ultimately, United will be very happy with where they're at. I mean, Chelsea bringing in a third player, no matter the quality or capabilities of them, is going to be a bit of a, it'll be a bit. Yeah, it was just an elbow to the back of the head there, from João Pedro. But it'll be a bit of an uphill battle here as number 10. Cole Palmer off. Wow, bro. Is he hurt? I don't think he's hurt. He looks dejected. And I don't know what the vibe is here from Maresca, because I mean, I didn't see much from Palmer in the first 20, but this whole game, like, I mean, you're really just kind of taking out all of your offensive weapons and just, I mean, maybe hoping. Oh, and that's a foul there by Reece James on Dorgu, apparently. Free kick for United, but yeah, Palmer going over to talk to Kobbie Mainoo. He's not sitting in the technical area, Palmer. He's also not going back to the locker room. So, I mean, he'll probably feel very upset about that. João Pedro. Still João Pedro. Lays it off to Cucurella. Cucurella with the cross. And that's out for, I believe, a corner for Chelsea. Oh, no. I don't know. This is looking very, very... just like an untenable game, really. Like a totally untenable situation where Chelsea are going to have to really throw more bodies forward if they want anything out of it. Or maybe they could score from a corner like this. Reece James set to take the corner. Sends it in. Oof. Shot was lined up for a Chelsea player outside the box, but nothing came of it. Now United on the counter. It's a good interception there by Moise Caicedo. And ultimately, we see United's counterattack halt rather quickly. Yeah, I mean, United, they don't look too great today. They'll be glad that the red card happened. They'll be glad that they're up, but I mean, I imagine the starting 11 for Chelsea today, had they all stayed on the pitch, probably already giving some trouble to that United backline. But without Palmer, without Neto, without Estevao, with just João Pedro through the middle, being a man down and everything, like, I don't know. I don't know about all that. To me, that seems kind of negative. It also seems like, okay, mate. God, I gotta get my Twitch subs or Twitch mods to get rid of this dude. Whatever. But De Ligt here on the ball plays it back to Bayender. Bayender plays it to Maguire. Maguire to Mazraoui. Mazraoui chips it forward. And Tosin here plays the ball back to Philip Jorgensen. Jorgensen moves it clear towards Mazraoui, and Cucurella flying in. A free kick given after a bit of a collision between Cucurella and Mazraoui, two fullbacks clashing there. See the replay here? Yeah. Oh my days. He just. I mean, Cucurella kind of flew in there, but Mazraoui wasn't really. I don't think he was necessarily malicious with that. Just kind of happened. But Chelsea medical staff here talking to Cucurella, asking him if he's fine, if he's good. There, Sir Jim Ratcliffe with, I assume, some Ineos or United folk. I'm not quite sure. But they're there watching from the stands and probably hoping that this result could hold. For Chelsea, though, I mean, any points today, I think, would be ultimately a success after this. Going down 1-0, being down 10 men to 10 men. And Bruno's mad at Amad Diallo, shouting at him a bit, shouting at all sorts of players to just kind of. I mean, I respect it, 31 points in Premier League since Amorim's first match in charge. Tied fewest points of any Premier League club in that span, excluding relegated clubs. That stretches back to November 2024. So it's not looking good, ultimately. Even with this result, it's bad news bears for Ruben Amorim. Here, a good turn from João Pedro. Cucurella to Chalobah. Finds Tosin. Tosin plays it forward. Enzo Fernandez. Reece James, a little behind him, the pass. Throw in here for Chelsea. Fofana hands it off to Reece James, who is set to take this throw in. João Pedro takes a single touch, manages to control it, and Reece James drives forward. Some good work here from Chelsea. João Pedro doing really well. Reece James. Moise Caicedo. Caicedo finds Chalobah. Chalobah. Cucurella. Cucurella to Caicedo. Back to Cucurella. Chelsea just trying to figure something out, and that diagonal from Caicedo is intercepted, and United have an opportunity here to break on the counter, and Fofana with a great tackle to keep the ball away from Amad Diallo. Here, De Ligt to Mbeumo. Mbeumo's pass just a little wayward. Clearance here, and Chelsea just some heavy touches all around. And a free kick given to Bryan Mbeumo as Cucurella pulls him down. Cucurella a little shocked and confused as to why that was given. But if you're new to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, consider subscribing. Gonna have my post-match reaction to this live uploaded to the channel once it's done. Gonna be live tomorrow for Man City Arsenal. It should be a huge game. And I try to be live every weekend, at least for a few games, a couple games throughout the weekend. Wasn't live for Merseyside Derby today because just started super early my time zone, and I figured I just wanted to sleep. I caught the game, but I just knew I'd be totally like no energy for that one. So here the referee going to discuss something with some players. A free kick, I believe, given to Chelsea. Yeah, Luke Shaw just pulling a Chelsea player to the ground. Here, Short pass from Tosin. Ah, my days. Chelsea can't even get out of their own half right now, if we're being honest. And I mean, like, I don't blame them for being unable to, but I also, quite frankly, I think Maresca, you have to look at Maresca a bit and be like, mate, what are you doing? You know, like what are you accomplishing here with this lineup? I mean, I get like the need and want to like switch it up and be maybe a bit more defensive considering what happened, but I don't think any of the subs have made Chelsea play any better. That's really an issue. I think the only one I would have done would be probably Robert Sanchez, and then I mean, you could do maybe one of the guys on the wing, but both of them, it's a little much. And then also getting Palmer subbed off is like you're just losing too much going forward for it to be worth anything. And United here with the ball again. De Ligt, Matthias De Ligt with a half cross, weird effort. And United still with the ball. Mazraoui to De Ligt. De Ligt goes with the cross and it's headed away. And Shaw to Dorgu. Dorgu tries to remain poised. United get the throw in. Here in Buemo. Mazraoui. The cross in, it's headed away. And Joao Pedro. Foul? No. He goes down to the ground and nothing from the referee. For me, it looked like something could have happened, at least from Pedro's reaction. It was kind of dramatic, you know? So ultimately, no foul given. United recycling possession once again. They're sitting well over 60% possession compared to Chelsea, who are like somewhere in the 30s for today. It's not going ideal, but I think Chelsea still being in the game, you just need one moment where Joao Pedro breaks through and he could probably, beat one or two defenders, I imagine, if he gets the ball in a good position. Obviously, getting it like where he's just through on goal would be ideal, but Chelsea haven't even had like anything that resembles that so far. Here, Bruno Fernandes to Brian Mbuemo. Mbuemo with a good pass to Diallo. Amad Diallo. Off. Out. That's out. That's so out. Ahmad, I don't know if I rate him like that. I know United fans are huge on Amad Diallo, but it's things like this, like, yeah, that's just like it's not a bad idea. It's just really like poor execution. Even like, almost everyone that was near him could tell that was out, even his own players. So it's one of those things where you're like, why even try that, when you're not sure if it's in your bag. I mean, he imagines it's probably in his bag, but knowing him, it's always style over substance. So we'll see how he fares for the rest of the game as Jorgensen hooves this ball clear. It's headed away by Dorgu. Dorgu doing well, honestly, to hold his own. And Chelsea here looking the counter. Joao Pedro. Still Joao Pedro. Knocked down, no penalty given. He's a little upset by that, I imagine. And Chelsea just trying their best. And Šeško gets a good ball from Mazraoui. Benjamin Šeško finds Dorgu. Mbuemo to Dorgu again. Back post. Mazraoui tries to latch onto it, and it's out for a goal kick. It's offside anyways, so wouldn't have counted. But yeah, I can't really see a world where Chelsea could I don't know if let's see it closer up. This penalty shout from João Pedro. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those ones, it's slightly orangish in terms of like, you'd never send somebody off for that. It's not like an egregious amount of contact. But it's something maybe to look at, to review, because it could go either way. Like if the ref blew that, I don't think VAR would overturn him, only because VAR doesn't like to do that unless it was like I think it was a fine decision not to give it. You can't go down for any bit of contact as soon as it's like, your first venture into the box and you get some slight contact, like going down. Just, I think it doesn't do you any favors for. Oh, Chelsea lose the ball. And Mbuemo tries to find Šeško, and Chelsea, Fofana, able to clear that for a throw-in. Chelsea, man, they're not looking their very best. Bryan Mbuemo plays the ball short to Bruno, and Mazraoui with the cross to the back post. Not the best header from Dorgu. United still wrestling for it. And that's a goal. Oh my days. 2-0 to Man United. Casemiro this time, doubling the lead for the Red Devils. And Manchester United have scored their second. Somebody screaming into the camera. I couldn't see who it was, but United are over the moon. And if you're Chelsea, this isn't it. This is bleak. Only because you look at the squad, you look at the options on the bench. Tyreek George, Mark Gui, Jamie Bino Gittins, Garnacho, Malo Gusto, and Yoro Hato, alongside Jorgensen, Tosin, and Andre Santos. Yeah, he's on there. I mean, that's not a great bench. There's no game changers on that bench. There's not a single person you bring on. Andre Santos could be a great DM. Could be awesome. He's not the type of player you bring on when you're chasing a game. And the erratic nature of like the subs in the first 21 minutes to sub out all your attacking midfielders, basically. Because you have Palmer, who's obviously your 10, your main attacking mid, and then both your wingers and Estevao and Neto being subbed off. Like, bro, you're not getting anything out of this game. And that's kind of how I felt since the start of those subs. I mean, basically since the start of the game, because it happened within 5 minutes, the red card. First Premier League goal since October 27th, 2024 at West Ham for Casemiro, and it's a great header, just down into the ground, no saving that from any keeper. Lovely placement. This dude this dude Ruben Amorim can't even celebrate. I hate to see him, like that, just because like that looks like a really depressing gig to be in, but you can understand why. Like, they have been so poor, Man United, and this is still not much to celebrate at. It's a 2-0 lead at home to will it be 3? Cross in, Jorgensen clears it away. Oh, and Chelsea potentially here. Can the counter start? Joao Pedro and Harry Maguire with a commanding tackle. Make sure it doesn't get anywhere near Joao Pedro. Uh, but yeah, like I don't know. There's just not a lot of positives here if you're Chelsea. And I don't think that any of their subs were impactful. I don't think any of them made sense all that much. Maybe they made sense with the options on the bench. But for me, subbing out Palmer and both wide players, it's almost like you're accepting defeat at that point. Like, oh well, we're gonna get scored on soon. We might as well try to keep ourselves from getting scored on. Like, I don't think this back line really changes that. The personnel probably fine to just kind of start with. Now they're absolutely kind of getting dogged by Man United in the last, like, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes. They've just kind of been the worst side by far, and easy task to happen and to accomplish when you are down a man, especially if it's your goalie. But here, Chelsea win the ball around the halfway line, and Joao Pedro just pulled down to the ground. I mean, that's fair. Bruno's mad, but I mean, he was also pulling Joao Pedro by his shirt, and now Bruno's saying, hey, we were both pulling each other by our shirts, so what's the deal? And I mean, that's a fair free kick. And here we have, wow, Ahmad just putting in a good challenge there on Reece James. %63 possession for Man United to Chelsea's 37%. Shaw wrestles off Enzo Fernandez. 3 shots on target for Man United today. There are the guys, well, not all the guys who got subbed, but we see at least Palmer. We see Garnacho there too, and I don't know who's in between them, but they're all looking on, a little bemused, a little not shell shocked, but a little just kind of like flustered with the way things have gone today. And I mean, makes a lot of sense. If you're a fan of Chelsea, or if you're playing for Chelsea, you're looking at this game as 3 easy points. And I mean, I vice captain Joao Pedro, so I guess I'm the real idiot here. I don't even know how my fantasy team's looking right now, but I can imagine not great. Here, Chalobah to Jorgensen. Jorgensen plays it back to Chalobah. Cucurella. Poor play. And here, Šeško. He fouls Cucurella there. Yeah, United they're just carving through him. It's like it's Thanksgiving Day or something. It's just not what you want to see if you're a Chelsea fan. United are playing not like exceptional, but they're trying to play some one touch. It's really kind of throwing Chelsea for a loop as well. And they're unable to like even get it anywhere past probably Enzo Fernandez and Moise Caicedo. And if they do, it's only like 10, 15 yards out. And Buemo tries to lash out at a cross. Well, that's a foul on Mazraoui by Cucurella. Free kick here for United and a yellow card for Marc Cucurella. That's tough for him. I want to see how my fantasy team's doing. I imagine it didn't do Robert Sanchez, you muppet. -3 points for him. I could have had Dubravka on 4. I mean, Pape Matar Sarr even played today for Spurs. Was that just a dumb pickup for me. Very well could have been. No, he didn't play a single second. Is he out injured? Or was he not even on the bench, bro? What? Like, what? Am I tripping? No, I'm not. He just wasn't on the bench. That's crazy. I assumed he would have played at least some minutes considering he scored recently. Point aside, Esteve could have played for Van de Ven. That would have been +3. Dubravka could have played for Sanchez. That would have been +7. So I've been at like 39 points. I'm at like 29 right now, which kind of sucks. Hopefully Holland can carry and Semenyo. They'd have to score quite a few points. And here, "9 minutes of stoppage time for the first half." That's ridiculous. I mean, okay, 9 minutes it is. Chelsea look absolutely dire right now. United just slowing down the game to their speed, not letting Chelsea hurry them up or anything. And I mean, it'd be a difficult task for that to happen right now, just because there's just not that many Chelsea players. As soon as they start throwing bodies forward, they just kind of wind up in a position where they have too many gaps between their lines, and it just becomes so much easier to play through them. Here, Delit, Bruno Fernandes. Mazraoui plays the pass through for Brian Mbeumo. It's a throw in for him. Finds its way to Delit. Delit to Maguire. Maguire to Delit. Mbeumo. Casemiro. Bruno tries to play the pass. Not quite. Shaw. Dorgu. Cross in. It's cleared by Tosin. Offside anyways. Didn't really matter. Ruben Amorim a little animated on the touchline. A bit out of character for him considering the apathy he's had for this club the last, I don't know, few weeks to a month plus. But yeah, 3 minutes into stoppage time. I don't even want to look at the stats for Chelsea. Like I'll have to, and I will. But man, like these have got to be some stinky stats, bro. Yeah, 36% possession, 0.03 xG, one shot, 73% pass accuracy with 95 accurate passes, 6 fouls committed, a single corner, and besides that, I mean, 72% or 72 of their passes or attempted passes were in their own half. I mean, that tells you all you need to know. Caicedo. Still Chelsea. João Pedro. João Pedro touches just too deft sometimes. buying their... Here, Moise Caicedo tries to get something off, but United with the counter immediately. Cucurella intercepts it, though. Free kick given. Casemiro sent off! Oh, man. It's level now. Wow. Well. Man, oh, man. 10v10. Oh, dude. I mean, let's see the replay of this. I know he was on a single yellow. He gets... Does he get the ball? Yeah, he does. He definitely gets the ball, but like... Is he going to VAR? No, he's giving a yellow card to... Is that Ruben Amorim, I'm going to guess? It's the Enzo Maresca. Casemiro just shaking his head. He can't believe he's been sent off. He thought he was all clear after winning the ball there. And maybe he should have been. I don't really know how to feel about that. As a rival fan, it's always nice to see a United player sent off. But at the same time, the principle of the matter, I mean, he put his foot in, and he got the ball. So why would you send him off? Even if it is, I mean, he had a yellow, sure. Cucurella skies it. I don't know what he was thinking, trying to get. I mean, it was on his right foot, so he had to take it with his right. But never in a million years Cucurella scoring from there with his right foot. But Amorim, a slow motion replay of him tossing a bottle to the ground. I mean, there's holding there too. He's coming from behind. He still gets the ball though. I don't know. I feel like that was a little harsh. Because like you see the Sanchez yellow card and it makes an abundant amount of sense as to why he's sent off. But 2 red cards, that's something. I wonder if Chelsea will be able to play a bit more open following that or what. But Moise Caicedo. Here, Tosin. Cross comes in. Skips across goal. Out for a throw-in for Man United. After Reece James' cross is just a little too... it's just got a little too much power and a little too poor a placement, but Mazraoui takes the throw-in, headed by a Chelsea player. Chelsea trying to jockey and contest still. Enzo loses the ball. It's cleared. Here, Chalobah to Cucurella. Back Chalobah. The ref's still letting play go on, even though the 9 minutes have elapsed. We're about 9.5 minutes into stoppage time. And that's a free kick given the way of United. God, I can't speak. And that is probably that for the first half, I imagine, as soon as the free kick is taken. Yep, that's it for the first half, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 for, well, 2-0 for Man United. First half has concluded. Gonna reset these timers and stuff because they don't like to cooperate with me. But yeah, first half United dominated possession. They dominated the passing accuracy and shots and XG and all these metrics that you could try to want to look at the game from the point of view of 58% possession to 42%. Yeah, I mean, they've also conceded less. They've conceded less fouls, Man United, than Chelsea. So make of that what you will, but yeah, I don't know. I can see this second half playing out very much the same. Like, not a whole lot to talk about for Chelsea. United maybe get another goal, and that could be that. It could also go the complete opposite way. I'm leaning towards right now that United would probably end up just getting through the game with all 3 points. But you know, it's kind of unpredictable, the Premier League, sometimes. So we shall see. We shall see. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this game. I feel like I've cursed this fixture for like just the most boring result, which I mean United fans will be happy with. This result should have sees them go all the way up to ninth on 7 points, a point behind Chelsea, within striking distance of Tottenham and Arsenal. I mean, they wouldn't be too far off Man United from the top like 2 to 4. Still be more than double the amount of points for them to reach Liverpool in first, but I don't think that they're too concerned with that at the moment. I think that just kind of making sure that they get some points, get some results. That's really what United want, and that's what they need. So for them, their fans, winning by any means at this point, I imagine that's kind of the mind state that some of them have. I wouldn't be shocked if some of them also have the mindset of, hey, I'm sick of Ruben Amorim. May we continue to lose until he's fired? Um, but usually I don't subscribe to that kind of mindset, regardless of uh, who's the coach and if it's my club or another club. Like sometimes you do need to fire somebody, but it shouldn't come at the expense of like continuously losing. Obviously, that's how you get there, but if you kind of just wait for it too long, it becomes almost too too much of an issue. So we'll see how it goes. But as things stand, United looking the better side. Yeah, wow, Dubravka's got the most points this fantasy week on as a goalie. Could have had Gravenberg played incredible too, but who would have thought, you know? Um, Second half is I don't even know how many minutes away. Let's check. Second half is about 3 minutes away. I don't imagine many subs are made by Chelsea. Maybe there is. You know, what do I know? Um, but they're just not in a good spot right now. Um, patiently awaiting the second half, which should kick off in just a moment or so. First half wasn't I mean, depends on what you find entertaining, but two red cards and a kind of stop start kind of game that really didn't have too many clear cut chances. I didn't love the first half, I'll be honest with you. I'm also not a United fan, so it's not like have a dog in the fight. So we'll see how it plays out for both sides in the second half. Um, Ugarte set to come on for Man United, it seems. Here, Chelsea set to kick us off for the second half. See how this plays out for both sides. Referee taking his time here. Still no kickoff. They have to bring a different ball, it seems. I don't know why or what happened to the original ball. It's going a long way up. Little behind there. Sync this up to the appropriate time. Yeah, there we go. Chipped ball towards Reece James. He tries to head it, and it just doesn't make its way anywhere. It's out for a throw for United, I believe. Here, Luke Shaw passes it to Jorgensen, or Binder Jorgensen. He was there in the first half. Dorgu here plays it to Maguire. And Tosin. Here, Chelsea still. Joel Pedro with a bit of a heavy touch. He's wrestling with Dorgu, and Dorgu wins the ball off him. Good game so far for Patrick Dorgu, gotta say. Free kick for Chelsea, as they've just looked really, really sloppy today. Chalobah picks up a yellow card here for Chelsea. Free kick from United, headed away by Chelsea. We're going to try to make something out of this counter-attacking opportunity. Joao Pedro. Chelsea are just all over the place. Now United on the counter themselves. Moise Caicedo. Wow, it is absolutely pouring there. Like, there is just puddles, and it looks like it's terrible in terms of like the conditions to like try to play a game on. Uh your Moise Caicedo. Chelsea looked devoid of any confidence or any ideas here. They're just kind of knocking it around, trying their best to hope that someone from United steps out of position. But United obviously can try their hardest not to concede any stupid chances. And anytime the ball does get forward for Chelsea, it's, you know, just a sloppy touch followed by a misplaced pass, followed by a sloppy touch. It's just wayward, really. Um, Here's still Chelsea. Wow, this is rough to watch. Out for a throw in here for United. Ball back towards Luke Shaw, who finds Dorgu. Dorgu plays it forward, and United have a chance here as Patrick Dorgu drives forward. Dorgu sends in the cross. It's headed away. Bruno with a nice touch. Creates some space for himself. He sends in the cross back post, and it can't find Brian Mbeumo in time. Here, Ahmad. Chelsea. Can they start the counter here? Joao Pedro has advantage. Joao Pedro. Oh, it's knocked away from him. Reece James. Caicedo. Pedro, the target, but pretty easy to stop there from Man United. I don't know. Not a good start for Chelsea. Oh, this game, mate. This Chelsea side looks genuinely like one of the worst Chelsea sides I've seen play in recent years. There's just not, and obviously they're down a man. So are United now, so it's like even. But at least the composition and choices that were made post the subs is like it's just laughable. The the thought, the train of thought, um, behind it because no, this isn't going to get you any sort of result. This isn't even going to get you a draw, like lining up like this, you know. Obviously being down a man never helps, puts you in a rough spot. But man, I just don't know. Enzo Fernandez. Good pass to Joao Pedro, who's mad that he didn't get a free kick there. And honestly, like, got to pass his player, but it's been a weird kind of game in terms of calls. Enzo Fernandez. Good pass to Reece James. Good clearance that by, I believe it was the Lit. Here, a corner from Chelsea. Oh, wow. They're calling it back, I think. Offside. Oh, dude, that could have been the only hope to get this game at least somewhat interesting. Yeah. Terrible. Terrible. I don't know what to say. Yeah. That encapsulates this game perfectly. A header. Oh, and some more subs. Gusto and Tyreek George on for Cucurella and Fofana. We'll see how it goes. We'll really see, because my stock on Maresca has gone down a lot this game. Obviously, it's only a small sample size, but some of his choices today were just baffling to me. Like, it's United. I know you're down 10 men, but as you saw, they end up going down 10 men too. But you lost the likes of Neto and Palmer and Estevao, guys who could be real game changers and who could target a lot of these United players for no reason. For what? To have Tosin in the back line alongside Fofana and Chalobah? Like, mate, I don't think you're achieving much with that. And as we can see, he hasn't. He's probably going to lose to Ruben Amorim and Man United, which is, you don't want to be losing to Ruben Amorim and Man United if you're considering yourself a quality manager. Let's just say that. Maguire passes it to Mazraoui. Here, Cunha. Mateus Cunha. United, United, United. They're all over him. Lenny Yoro and Mason Mount set to come on for Manchester United. See how they fare. Ryan Mbeumo off for Man United. Chelsea have to pull out all the stops to defend from these Manchester United counters and attacks. "71 minutes have elapsed. Chelsea don't look like they're within a sniffing chance of getting a goal. 0.09 from 3 total shots for their XG. They actually have more possession now. Oh! Free kick. Tyreek George just took out Binder with the tackle. Binder holding his leg. Ref gonna give Tyreek George a yellow card. Probably rightfully so. That was a late challenge. I kind of out of just nowhere. I mean, I understand that he's trying to press and win the ball back, but kind of left too much on that challenge there for Binder. Yeah, just swept out at him. I don't know. I don't know, mate. That second angle didn't look as devious as I thought. Um, but yeah, it's the game so far. 72 and a half minutes have elapsed. United just kind of dominating Chelsea. Chelsea have looked really second best since that first red card for Robert Sanchez. The one that Casemiro got, this wasn't a direct red like Robert Sanchez's, but it didn't really detract from United. I imagine a large part of that is due to the fact that Chelsea have just kind of been outplayed and probably a bit more tired following that red card, and then that half-hour space between the Sanchez and Casemiro reds ends up basically putting them in a position where ultimately, they kind of just have to, for lack of a better term, they have to work, or a phrase, I should say, they just have to work twice as hard for the same result. Um, just even being one man down, those 30 minutes, like, has probably taken out so much of these Chelsea players that they're just kind of like, they don't have like the ability to just go forward. And here's some arguing. Oh my god, this ref absolutely doesn't have any sort of control on this game either, which is pretty funny. Mount and Caicedo, something was said between the two. Here, Bruno set to take this free kick for Manchester United. Free kick from Bruno. It's cleared away. Cross in from De Ligt. And Amad Diallo went for a scissor kick or a bicycle or whatever, just some kind of acrobatic volley. Again, for the second week in a row. And it just hasn't worked out whatsoever. I don't know why he keeps trying to force this stuff. At like the same position, the same. Like, bro can't even hit it. It's like, dog, what are you doing? Like, what are you contributing besides missed volleys? Like, and I think he's a talented enough player to where that shouldn't be what I'm reducing him to, but he hasn't played well today. He didn't play well last week. And his moments are kind of just sparse. So like when a moment like that happens where he's like, trying to, oh, Reece James trying to chase that ball before Binder gets to it, but Altai Binder comfortably collects. Binder kicks it, and Ahmad Bruno with a good pass. Ahmad here to Chelsea, trying to recycle possession and craft a chance or something here. I should have ended the final result prediction poll. Let's see where it's standing. Chelsea win has 50% of the votes with 26 votes. Okay, that's fine by me. Let's end the poll. Here, the lit. Good pass to Cunha by Bruno, or at least a good idea there. Chelsea able to intercept this Malo Gusto here. Plays the ball to his center backs, and here Philip Jorgensen to Reece James. James. A free kick given here as Chelsea players pushed down to the ground, and Joao Pedro. Free kick there for Chelsea. Still Chelsea. Oh, Reece James. Reece James takes the corner shortly. I made this game. What am I watching here? There, Chalobah scores. Chelsea have gotten potentially a consolation goal. Potentially not, though. Maybe there's something more here. See the replay of this. Ball falls to Reece James, who crosses it in, and Chalobah just soars up. What is Amad Diallo doing? What are you doing, bro? Crashes out. He crashes out because Yoro gets beat to the header. He's not anywhere near it. Like, Amad Diallo, bro, what are you doing? Like, let's look at your stats today. Let's look at the stats, brother. It says that you're one of the better players for United today, but I highly, highly doubt. I can't. He's lucky I can't pull up all the advanced stats. I could probably actually pull up. Let's see. Let's see like this. 2 shots. Neither on target, I don't think. Good pass accuracy. Yeah, he's got his DEFCON. He got 10 defensive contributions, so he's got some FPL points there, I guess. 0.31 non-penalty XG. He's won 67% of his ground duels. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe I'm just being biased, but I don't see half the player that I saw there like about a year ago. And even then, I didn't really rate him like tremendously. I thought he was a talented player, but now he's just kind of mediocre to me. It's kind of loaded to say when other players in United's lineup like Mbeumo or Šeško are also pretty mediocre, but at least we have a somewhat entertaining final 8-9 minutes here. It's just that. Oh, Chelsea here. James with the cross. It's headed away. Cunha and Gusto with a good tackle. Oh, wow. What is that from Reece James? Bruno Fernandes! What a save that is by Jorgensen. Saving his captain's behind, because that would have been just embarrassing from Reece James, really. We know he's a great player, but to lose the ball, lose out in the physical duel, slip and fall onto your belly, that's borderline, that's borderline in terms of being like total embarrassment of a moment. All that was missing was a goal. I think Bruno being very impassioned here, and gonna take this corner for Man United. Can they seal the deal here and put Chelsea to bed? Chelsea looking for that point. Should they be able to somehow snag another goal? Ball headed away. Some good work here. Some of the Chelsea players just begging. Was that Andre Santos? I think he was literally begging for a free kick, but as soon as he saw he wasn't going to get it, he got up. Oh! United just sloppy with their passes, and Chelsea now looking to add more fuel to their fire. Enzo. Terrible, terrible pass. Weird idea. I get what he was trying to do, but not a whole lot there to make that pass work towards Tyreek George. I don't know. If I'm Chelsea, this game feels like an absolute joke of a game. 31 points in Premier League since Amorim's first match in charge, 2024, November 2024. That's the second lowest of any club in that period of time besides relegated clubs. And obviously the promoted ones as well. Dude, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, the ref's battery's gone. His battery has gone. Chelsea have more possession at 56% to 44%, but what they've done with that possession is, at best, like an afterthought, it feels like, At least that's how I'd look at it if I was a Chelsea fan. This feels very much like a step backward, and if that's how you're going to kind of proceed with the game against someone like Man United when you can get easy points, maybe since they didn't get those points, they're not so easy points, but you know what I mean? Like, this just isn't what you want to be seeing if you're a Chelsea fan. Cameron Garnacho on the bench. 87 minutes and 23 seconds remain, or have passed. Just a couple minutes remain. Poor showing from Chelsea. Like, straight up not what you want to be seeing. And oh, brother. United here looking to counter once more. Amad Diallo versus Chalaba. Diallo loses the ball to Gusto. Malo Gusto plays the pass to Reece James. Reece James to Enzo. Enzo to Tosin. Tosin plays it to Moise Caicedo. Good pass towards Reece James. Reece James, can he control it? He wins a throw-in. He's set to take it. Enzo plays it back to Tosin. And Chalaba. Tosin. Enzo. Tosin. Chelsea just trying to carve out one last chance. Good tackle that from Chalaba. But he's upset with his team. They're not really putting in any effort, and they haven't been all game. Like, it's been sad. It's been genuinely like an embarrassing watch. 7 minutes of stoppage time. Got above. Alrighty then. Here, Tyreek George. Offside, I think. Yep. Offside for United there. Here, a corner swung in by Chelsea. Still Chelsea. 2 minutes left of stoppage time. Oh, Reece James. Can he send it across here? James still. Oh, he absolutely slips and slides out and falls. And United here. Can they get a counter here potentially? Cunha. Cunha tackled. Free kick given. Tosin with the yellow card. That's that, ladies and gentlemen. Man United win 2-1 against Chelsea. Full-time score. Hope you enjoyed the stream. It was an absolute chore to watch this game, but Chelsea lose at Old Trafford. 6th place, 8 points. United getting up to 9th place on 7 points. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Subscribe if you're new. Like if you